What's up with y'all boy Young Thug, man? Do you have that clip, Jesse?
I do.
Can you play it?
Yeah.
I can't rap you 203,000 songs. I ain't never paid attention to him. Never in my life.
He's
You
like,
crazy.
I can't rap.
You missing out.
Right.
You missing out.
That's
Y'all
what
need to work together. That's what you. Hey, look.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Crazy.
motherfucking next move. Just like you went and worked with Elton John, nigga.
But Elton John was like more like Elton John. The difference from Elton John and Andre is Elton John, like simplified. Elton John like to kiss ass. Andre like his ass kiss. Elton John like, hey, I love you. I remember your first song. I remember Gucci first song. When did school up getting out? Like he just more of like a fan type of nigga to the point where it's like, I'm like, nigga, let's do music. He like, nigga, bet. And Andre more like, yo,
Hold on. It bugs me because it's Andre, right? But he call him Andre like it has a U in his name.
this is the secretary.
That's
Like,
Southpaw.
hey, that nigga this thug, nigga.
Why you gotta talk like that, though, bro?
Fuck wrong, don't get on the fucking phone, nigga.
Nah,
You know what it is. He told you stupid at the answer.
Nah,
You answered it.
See, that's what.
It's more like that, nigga. We from Atlanta, nigga.
Where I come from. See,
Guess what?
This is our relationship.
If I become,
Don't
if
have
I,
to do that.
I become,
This is our ally.
no,
Yes, he is.
bruh. Who?
He's with us. 3,000.
He who ally?
He's one of
He
us.
who ally?
Us.
Yeah, fucking right.
Man, yes, he is.
Why you don't rap like him?
What do you mean?
You don't talk like him, dress like him, look like him.
Hey, man, that ain't for me.
You ain't try to portray none of that.
But you're doing it.
Man, shit.
He said, but you're doing it.
The disrespect of that man.
Yes.
Andy, you was looking up how old he was. How old is he?
Oh, I didn't get a chance to look it up because we got cut off. But yeah, that was my initial thought. Is like, well, maybe he just didn't grow up on him. You know what I mean?
But he grew up on Elton John. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's a great point. He's 29 years old, so I mean, he's 1991,
so you talking about what year was he born in?
91.
Okay, so Outkast came out roughly like 95, 94, something like that.
He's a little boy.
Young kid, right? No, what? That's a 6-year difference from us. That ain't no big deal. Even if you talk about like 99, when like Aquemini and all that came out, 98, I think that came out, and then they had like
2001 was
Stankonia.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you talking about he's 10 years old? Like that's inexcusable.
But okay, so I'm gonna play devil's advocate. So that just kind of goes to show, like, some people don't get it. Like, they'll get into this business for one reason and one reason only, and that's for the money. Some people really enjoy this business for the art and the craft of it, and some people will acknowledge their forefathers, like Andre 3000. Young Thug just doesn't land in that any of those lanes. He's about himself, and it kind of goes to show also probably how he feels about his region or his area, which is Atlanta, because a lot of people would obviously respect Andre 3000 like all around the world. He's just not that type of individual that's going to pay homage to Andre 3000. He probably should have chose his words a little bit more carefully and just not said anything, but that's going to come with some backlash. But then again, I don't think he cares. I really don't.
The issue I have is the way Young Thug dresses sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
That's Andre.
Mm-hmm.
Andre, sorry. And you know, he's asking him, like, he want him to kiss his ass, you know, instead of doing
his ass.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's the issue I have, is like, and then the bigger issue I have is that on 2 separate occasions, Andre has named Young Thug by name of somebody that's new, that he likes, that he respects, that he rocks with. And Andre, over the last, let's call it 10 plus years, has got on tracks with the younger generation. When he was on, you know, a Rich Boy remix, Throw Some D's remix, the Unk Walk It Out remix, even Anderson .Paak, you know, and then there's another a number of other like young rappers that really didn't like have careers like that he jump on their tracks. So for him to show respect to the younger generation and say let them do what they do and then get on songs with them, like Young Thug is dismissing all of that, like that's pretty whack to me.
Y- yeah, I think it's whack, but it goes in line with like our generation and the just how much things are not private anymore. So now we know everything about everybody, and people could just show their true colors because they have an avenue. He's just telling you exactly who he is. It's whack, but same thing. We could say the same thing now about Lil Wayne. If it wasn't for like the information that we have at our hands now, and people could just speak their minds, maybe 10 years ago, if we didn't have this, like we'll probably never know that about Lil Wayne. We will never know this about Young Thug. But now people are able to say these things freely, and then in a couple weeks, we're gonna forget about what Young Thug said because we're gonna be moving on to the next.
I just think that with the era of trolling right now, like, yeah, I think it's just more trolling because I was reading a tweet and it's kind of true. Like, you didn't see DMX or Jay-Z complaining about Rakim. You know what I mean? You didn't
Coogee
hear them.
Rap or Kane or none of them.
Yeah. So it's just crazy. But I want to play this because I saw this right now.
I knew what he was talking about because when I see Wayne and Thug, I'm like, whoa, I can't keep up with that shit. But it's so dope, man. It's like, it's the connection. It's like they're them because of us. You know what I mean? It's like, and it has to keep going, and all this old shit, young shit, and the old niggas hating on the young niggas. That shit gotta stop completely. It's all music. I knew what it.
That's one of the at least two instances that I was talking about to where he's shown respect to him specifically, not even just younger cats, but him by name. You know what I mean? And for him to show that kind of disrespect when somebody is showing you respect, you specifically, like that's crazy to me. So I see what you're saying in terms of like, the whole like trolling nature and all that. Cause I mean, he is kind of like that. But I mean, this just kind of taking it a little too far, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'll say one more thing. Let me just make sure everybody understands. Like, I love Andre 3000. I was just trying to see the other side of it. 3K legend, top MC. I could put him on any list and he'll bang out against anybody. But that kind of goes like, if we talking about like the streets, let's just take it a little bit into the streets. A OG gangster, somebody that grew up, ran a neighborhood for many years, now is on the side, and then there's like these young cats coming up. They don't. Most of these young cats, especially in this era, they don't have no respect for those OGs, a majority of the time, and they'll forget about everything that they did. Those OGs to even put themselves in a position where the young G's could like rock the way that they rock, whether it's good or bad, whatever they do. But the industry kind of works the same way. I feel from the outside looking in that sometimes those things that you did, or maybe now it'll be forgotten because the young generation are just moving how they want to move, and they're gonna do things how they want to do. So somebody obviously needs to correct Young Thug and make him put some respect on Andre 3000's
pistol
name.
in his mouth. No, I'm just
MF. But I just feel like that's just the world that we live in right now, where everything moves so fast, and what happened in the past kind of gets forgotten a little bit. Only the people that grew up in that kind of remember it and keep it going. But the young G's, they don't respect.
I 100% agree with you, and I really don't want to go like down that path of that conversation when it comes to like, oh, the generations and because I mean that's a conversation that happens far too much.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree with you in the sense that like when you think about when we were growing up, you know what I mean, there was so much music that was not our era, but because our parents listened to it, we like it, we respect it. It come on at a wedding or a barbecue or birthday party or what family reunion, we're gonna get up and we're gonna dance to it. You know what I mean? Earth, Wind and Fire, Stevie Wonder, the list goes on and on and on. You know what I mean? but people that the generation below us, the people that's younger than us, they not checking for, you know, what came out before they started listening to music. You know what I mean? Like you do, generally speaking, you do have your people. I'm not gonna say everybody, but generally speaking, that is the case. Because even you look at those twins that, you know, listen to music for the first time, and they were on Inside the NBA some months back when the NBA was still going on, and they were getting their first reactions from you know, Prince and all these different artists and whatnot. So I like that because, you know, everything comes around back around. You know what I mean? So you hear something that's new to you right now, somebody's done something similarly to it before, or they sampled it and it's extremely similar to, you know, something from before. So
Yeah. It's crazy because I feel like Young Thug and Andre 3000 are similar in so many ways. Like, they're almost linear to each other. That Young Thug has created his own sound, where Andre did the same thing, style, fashion, just persona, right? And they're kind of legends in their own way. And Young Thug has the same attributes that Andre 3000 has, where they can kind of disappear for a while, and then once the project comes out or a verse, we're listening. We you know, so it's funny how they're similar.
Mm-hmm.